What's up, guys? Thanks for clicking on A Place for Humans podcast. In this episode, which I believe is episode 23, we have my friend Andrew Bisante on for a little chat. And then our stepdad, Ron Jeremy, calls in and to share his knowledge about the coronavirus, women, love, aliens, and parallel universes. Ron Jeremy, we salute you. And, I hope you enjoy this podcast. And, yeah.
So what do I call you, Ron? I called my dad and I was like, hey, do you have any questions for Ron Jeremy? And he's like, I love Ron Jeremy. And he asked me so many, he's like, ask him this, ask him that. I'm like, I don't know if I can ask him any of these things, but he was like, ask him if it ever got boring. And I'm like, I don't think fucking like all these hot girls would be boring. And then he said, what he said, ask him if something about his huge dick. I think it was like, how did he keep it working all those years? Like, how does he just continuously keep fucking after all these years?
That's a valid question. All right,
and
should we start this podcast like this? Just start it right now.
Without him?
Yeah, we'll start it now, and then he'll call in when he's ready.
Wait, where does the webcam is my head cut off?
Yeah, it's a little cut off.
Why? How do I
move your webcam down?
Why is it so low?
Or move it up, I mean. Yeah, there you go. All right.
Fuck. Well. Do I look okay, dude?
Yeah, you look great.
Oh, fuck. This is so funny. I've never been nervous to meet anybody in my life.
You're nervous?
I'm not like nervous, but it's just like, see, this is this guy's a fucking legend.
He's a fuck legend, that's for sure.
He's a fuck legend. He's a fucking legend. All right.
Okay, what's up, guys? This is A Place for Humans podcast, and I'm here with my paternal life partner, Andrew Bisante.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Okay, yeah. What were you saying?
I just said that he's a fucking legend.
He's a fucking legend, that's true. So today on the podcast, we're going to have a special guest calling in a little bit, Ron Jeremy. Yes, ladies, you heard it right, Ron Jeremy. The fuck legend.
The fuck legend himself.
That Bisante scared to meet.
Here's the thing. I'm not scared to meet him. I'm not even like nervous. It's just like overwhelming, dude. It's like an overwhelming sensation that I feel right now. The guy's the fuck legend. Like, how could you not be like overwhelmed? You know, I feel like any guy and any girl who knows anything about pornography knows who Ron Jeremy is, and it's like, wow, I watch porn every day, and now I get to meet the fucking legend himself. It's pretty interesting.
I called you like 20 minutes ago.
I really wish I had like more than 20 minutes.
Well, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk to Ron Jeremy by myself. What am I gonna ask him? just me and Ron Jeremy.
Yeah,
I figured you are like the perfect person.
I'm honored.
For this.
I'm actually honored. I'm honored. I saw you like tweet about this like a week ago, and I was like, damn, what a lucky guy.
What a lucky guy.
Here I am now, a lucky guy.
Oh man, it's so funny. Oh fuck.
Yeah, this is great. This is great. I'm happy to be here. Oh man.
Are you still at your same apartment?
No, I
heard you said you signed a lease for a new place.
Yeah, I just signed a lease today for a new apartment. Yeah, I'm really excited.
That's where you're at right now?
No, I don't move until July 1st because of obviously what's going on in the world. But yeah, so right now someone is still living at the apartment that I'm moving into. I guess that's usually what happens.
What makes it your dream apartment? Okay.
It's literally in like the heart of downtown Toronto. Like it's right in like the thick of it. So it's just like a beautiful condo with a beautiful view on. I don't know. It's just like I've always wanted to live downtown Toronto. Is it expensive? It's very expensive. Yeah, it is. But I don't know.
You got someone moving in with you?
No, it's just a bachelor. It's like a studio apartment. So.
Damn.
It's great
It's
though.
more than what you're paying for this one you're in?
A lot more, yeah.
Really?
But it's
How much?
so I'm paying like just under $2,000 a month.
US dollars or Canadian dollars?
Canadian, so like
2,000 toonies? 2,300 or something?
No, for US it's probably like 13 or
Oh, right, that's right.
13 or 1400 US. Yeah. But it's a really beautiful location. Do I just say the location? I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
you got
here's the thing though. It's like, it's even if I said the location, it's one of the biggest like tourist spots in the city. I'm like right at Yonge and Dundas Square, which is like Toronto's.
What's it called? Right in Young Dust Square?
No, Yonge and Dundas. Yonge
Okay.
and Dundas. Anybody that knows Canada knows, or at least Toronto.
Anyone that knows Canada?
Like anyone Yonge and Dundas. It's like New York Times. Like it's like or not New York Times. What's in New York? The Times Square. It's like Times Square in New York, but it's called Yonge and Dundas Square.
Okay. And that's where like Drake hangs out and stuff?
I don't know if Drake hangs out there. It's a very big tourist spot.
Didn't
It's
you say you saw Drake once?
I saw Drake once at a bar in Toronto.
You almost
There's
said
a-
you met him. You didn't meet him. Relax.
No. I saw him through a window, actually.
Through a
I'll
window.
tell the story really quick. Do I have time
Yeah,
to tell the story?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
hold on.
so-
What time? It's 4:20 right now where I'm at. What time is it in California right now?
In California, it is 2:20.
Okay, so he's not calling us until like 3:30.
Oh, okay. So I got a couple of minutes to tell
Yeah,
the story.
You got a couple minutes.
Basically, I guess I can talk about drug.
Yeah, you can talk about whatever you want.
So me and my friend, this was like 4 years ago maybe, and me and my friends just had a night with MDMA, and so it was actually like the first time I've ever done MDMA, and so we were just given,
Which is great. The first time you do MDMA is like a life-changing experience.
Yeah, and imagine seeing Drake the first time, So like, so I'm like walking downtown. Everything is perfect. Like, I guess that's just how it is on MDMA. Like, I'm like so in love with my best friends. I'm so in love with the city. And like, I naturally, I just obviously love my best friends in the city that I live in, and everything around me is, I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky person. But obviously on MDMA, everything is super heightened. So I'm like walking around and like everything is just glowing and beautiful. And we were like, oh, let's go to this bar. It's like a low key bar. And so we're like, okay. So we walk for like 5 minutes. We turn the corner and there's like this huge dude, like 7 foot tall, like massive man. And so we are so fucked up and we're like, oh, here's the security guard. Like, here's like the guy at like the bouncer.
Yeah.
So one of our friends starts giving him his ID and the guy doesn't even move. Like, he doesn't even look down at us. He's just head straight and his arms are crossed and he's like doesn't give a shit that we exist. And the guy's, my friend is like fucked up. He's like, here's my ID, and my
Wait, so you
other
guys
friend-
saw Drake in the club and you're trying to get into the club that you saw
No,
him
we
in?
didn't know Drake was in there yet.
Oh, okay.
So we're looking through the window to see, if there's girls and if it's bumping, we're like
Right.
those typical dudes. And my friend's like pressed up against the window and he turns over. He's like, Drake is in there. And we're like, no way. And then that's when the security guard was like, you guys need to get the fuck out of here now. Like, leave right now. So basically Drake rented out this like low key bar with all his friends. And he's like sitting in like this corner booth, like arms on the bench, like just bottles around him, hot girls everywhere, and his boys. And we were like, damn, that's like probably one of the
Ron
coolest.
Jeremy was probably there in the background somewhere.
Yeah, honestly, probably. I wonder
Ron
if Ron
Jeremy's in there.
I wonder if Ron Jeremy met Drake.
You probably met Drake. Maybe.
They're probably friends. But like, yeah, that's this is so irrelevant to anything. But yeah, so anyways, Toronto. Drake lives in Toronto. I now live in Toronto.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been living in Toronto, but now I live closer to the downtown core.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad you got your dream apartment.
Yeah, how are you
Condo.
doing?
I'm doing good. It's actually really beautiful where I'm at. Like, I got the window in front of me right now, and it's just a mountain. And if I like look down, there's a river.
I knew that you would be like totally at peace and in love with what's like where you are,
Yeah.
because like I have a few, obviously we have a lot of mutual friends and everyone's like,
Yeah.
have you talked to Dakota? He hasn't been home in like years. And I'm just
Really?
like,
Who said that?
yeah. Obviously Joe has mentioned
Yeah,
your
me
name
and Joe
a
have
few
been talking
times.
a lot lately.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, I honestly like. I talked to Dakota. You know, we talk every once in a while. Like, you're busy, I'm busy, but like we're still, you know, best friends. But I just knew that like you were in peace and in heaven, like where you are. Like, obviously, you'd like to be back home, but
yeah, I would like to be back home. I've been here since January.
Yeah, that's definitely a long time. But I know the type of person you are, and you're very like go with the flow, and you kind of just definitely. You know, whatever wherever like life takes you, type of thing. And I can just I just assume that you're living your best life right now.
Thanks. Yeah, I am. Yeah, it is nice here. I'm in the mountains of Peru. Do you know I'm at an ayahuasca center, a closed ayahuasca center? Yeah. So,
well, I've been like, if you look at people's posts on like, if you could be anywhere during this quarantine, it's like, I would pick this like random cabin in the middle of the forest, and everyone's like wishing for all these crazy cool spots. I'm like, damn, my friend Dakota has no choice but be in this amazing spot. Like,
yeah, it is great. I actually got arrested for going out one day.
What?
Yeah. So like we have like we have a lot of mescaline here, like a lot of mescaline. And me and my friend Coleman, he's a 19-year-old Canadian kid that's here, and he got like sucked into this lifestyle somehow, like just crazy drinking ayahuasca and like just.
Oh, that's young too.
Yeah, he's young. His mom came with his mom.
Wow, that's interesting.
And now he works here. He works for the center. Yeah, he's a really interesting kid. And
he
really
lives
smart.
there?
Yeah, he lives here. He lives with my roommate.
I don't know why that was the shock. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, no, he works.
You can do that?
He works at the center, and he got stuck here too. Wow. But yeah, we drink mescaline sometimes, and they call it wachuma.
Very casual.
Dude, I probably drinking mescaline 50 times.
Wow.
Like, been going crazy with it. It's not very.
I've only seen mescaline or heard of it from Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they were probably taking peyote, which is like a really strong form of mescaline. But the thing that I'm taking is called wachuma.
Wachuma.
That's what the natives call it, wachuma.
Okay,
and
cool.
It's not very intense. It's kind of like nature's MDMA. Like, you just feel kind of really loving, and you don't get visions or anything like that.
Is it like?
It's legal in Canada. No, it's not. It's impossible to have. Well, not impossible. If you drink a shitload of it, it would probably be overwhelming. But no, it's not.
I can just buy mescaline in Canada.
Yeah, it's called San Pedro. That's the cactus.
Yeah. Is there not a movie called that or something?
Maybe there might be a movie called that.
Didn't Michael Cera make a movie, or that's a different plant? What was the cactus one?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Is it a cactus? I don't know. Anyways.
But yeah, you can buy the cactus pretty much anywhere all over the world, and you cut the skin off, and you just cook it in water for like 5 hours, and then you wring it out and like pour like filter the juice out, and then you cook it down again, and then you just drink that. And you kind of have like a sort of MDMA-like natural little high. Are you on your phone?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm checking if it was legal. It's definitely legal.
Yeah, it's legal, and it's you would like it. I mean, it tastes.
But it's not legal.
It's
for
not
consumption.
legal to cook it. Yeah, you can't cook it or eat it, but you can have it.
But it's legal to cultivate.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, yeah, I guess nice. I know what I'm doing tonight.
Yeah, no, it's nice. It's like, for anybody that's interested in psychedelics, it's the one that I would recommend to like get your feet into it, because it's like you can't really have a bad trip at all, and it's not very visionary. It's all just sort of feelings. But anyways, yeah. So we drink wachuma all the time, and we go out for a walk. We have like a wachuma walk that we call it, and we take like this little hike and go sit by the river. And apparently on Sundays here, you're not allowed to go out. And the police, like 4 police officers came while we were like all on Wachuma, and they arrested us and made us pay like a $60 fine.
Wow. So what did they say? Like, just get out of here, go home? Like,
well, they were like, at first they were telling us we were gonna have to sleep in the police station, and we were all like, cool, like that'll be a fun story.
Yeah.
But then they like let us go, and they took our fingerprints, took pictures of our passports. And
wow, that's like legit. That's like they.
Yeah, but they were like totally like that dude took it on his phone, and I don't know. I don't think anything's happening with it. It's very, very rural here. And
did you need a visa to go to be where you are? And like, how does that?
No, you just show up.
You can just travel.
Yeah, you just show up here, and it's a visa on arrival here in Peru if you're a U.S. or probably Canadian citizen.
Does it, like, obviously it expires? You can't just.
Yeah, but during the quarantine, they're waiving all of that for the people that are stuck here.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Wow.
Yeah, so that's not so bad. Yeah, it's been interesting, and like, they do too many ceremonies for me. Like they do drink ayahuasca like once a week, and they always try to encourage everyone that stays here to go.
Wow.
And it's just like, I mean, these guys are like, I'm living with two guys that are like born in the jungle, and like one of them is like an old man, so he's like just, he just got a cell phone and stuff. He's like this traditional shaman.
When I think of ayahuasca, like, I don't know, maybe it's just like the culture that I was born into or the way that I was brought up, but I always thought of it as like a one-time thing. Like you do ayahuasca, it changes your life, and you're like, and then you can learn and whatever, and it helps you.
I would recommend.
You're saying that they do it every week. It's like, that sounds like
the shamans do it all the time, man, all the time.
Yeah, that's like,
it's a hard job. It's really hard. Like it's not easy to do that. And they really believe that they're healing people when they drink the medicine, like they call it the medicine and stuff. So they really believe that like it's really weird actually. Like I did a ceremony 4 or 5 days ago, and it was like I drank a big cup because they kind of forced me. They were like, all right, it's time for you to, because I've done it probably 20 times now, and I've always just been like kind of like pussy drinking it. Just because I'm like, man, you can always drink more, you can't drink less.
Yep.
So they were like, it's time. I was like, okay, it is time, I guess. And they sing these songs, and it's so weird how their songs guide you through the experience. Like, I was laying there, and it was all melty, and, what psychedelics do to you when you're laying there. And something just told me to sit up, so I just, like, my body was like, just try to sit up. So I sat up, and like it's like as he was singing, it was matching my emotions, like the intensity of like when he would get intense, I would feel the intenseness, and when he would calm down, it would like bring me. It's really bizarre how they've managed to like guide people like that. But then I started puking, crazy. And they believe that like you're purging out demons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And people like have that experience. Like I was feeling this crazy negativity, and then I started puking, and then it was gone, and now I'm like cured of my trauma. And this happens to a lot of people. It's definitely not a one-time thing though. Like ayahuasca, at least like for someone that's not like trying to be a shaman or like going down like the crazy path of just taking it all the time. Like if you just want to like, if you have like a trauma you want to heal or something, I'd recommend 2 weeks. And that's probably like 6 ceremonies. 2 weeks, 6 ceremonies within 2 weeks. So like 3 ceremonies a week.
Wow.
That's what I would recommend. And I feel like that would be really good for people. Yeah,
how can you like compare it, if it at all comparable to mushrooms?
Yeah, it is comparable to mushrooms. Definitely.
Is it?
It's like a high dose of mushrooms. Even a low dose of ayahuasca is kind of like mushrooms.
Okay. I think I told you. I think we had this conversation. I don't know. It's been a while, but
you did mushrooms kind of with Joe, right?
For like the first. Like I did it before, but I was like drunk and smoking weed. Like it didn't really. Maybe I just didn't do enough. I don't know, but I fully did like 1.5 grams of mushrooms for like, this was, I guess, not too long ago.
Yeah.
And it was probably one of the craziest experiences. And I remember somebody telling me after, because the story, like, it's a very long story about like my trip and everything that happened in the whole night was insane. But someone said that when it's like the universe is like, when you're tripping on like acid or mushrooms, the universe brings like the most random shit, or at least like I don't know how to explain this properly, but like there's a guy that jumped the fence. I was high on mushrooms, like fucked out of my mind with all of my friends, and a guy jumped our fence, and we thought he was shot in the head, and like
Why?
It was just imagine a sober night, and you're just sitting on your deck in your backyard, and a guy jumps the fence crying and like holding his head. That's like already pretty intense thing to happen. Because you're like, why is this guy in my backyard? Why is this happening? But then imagine yourself super high on mushrooms, and a guy is like holding his head and crying or whatever. It was a very intense story. We thought he was shot, but like we were laughing still, and like we were like trying to like help him. And we couldn't stop laughing because we were on mushrooms, and it was like. Did you
tell him? Did you like, sorry, we're on mushrooms?
Yeah, no, we instantly, like, I don't know, like, it was like my first real time, like, having a psychedelic experience. Are you real? So instantly I was like, please forget. So I was so like loving life that I had to hold tissues in my hand, because anytime I would laugh, I would laugh so hard I would cry, and like I couldn't breathe because my nose was running. So I would just I had like tissues in my hand for like 4 hours because I would just start crying, laughing. So I was like standing there, like my face is like red, my eyes are puffy from crying and laughing. And I'm like, man, like, did you get shot in the head? You have to tell me. I'm on mushrooms, dude. Please. Like, he didn't get shot in the head. Like, there was no wounds. Like, he wasn't bleeding. I guess the mushrooms made it seem like he was bleeding out of his head. And when we found out that he wasn't shot, we like celebrated, and it was
Okay,
like,
why did he jump for?
So basically, he's gay, and he works with this guy that jumped the fence is gay, and he works with another guy who is also gay but in the closet and doesn't want people to know he's gay, I guess, or he's maybe he's afraid. That's whatever. So the guy asked him out, and he said yes. So they're at his house and they get drunk, and I guess things started getting intense, and the one dude that like snapped for some reason, and I guess like they got drunk and high or whatever, and thought that maybe this guy was going to tell his other people at work that he's gay and that they were hooking up. So he like brought out a pellet gun and started shooting him with a pellet gun and was like beating him up. And we heard screams coming from like a few houses down, and we were like on mushrooms, and we started screaming back. This was like 10 minutes before he jumped the fence. So we're like high and screaming back because we think this is like a party or something. And then everything calms down. There's no more noise. We start talking about how high we are. And then this guy just jumps the fence. And we're like, what the fuck is going on? So I guess like...
Do you still keep in touch with this gay gentleman that hopped the fence?
So I personally don't. But he's like neighbors or lives in the same like subdivision as my friend that lives... Because this was at my house.
Do you feel a sort of camaraderie every time you pass his house or see him?
I haven't been back to that area actually since I did mushrooms. But if I do go there, I'll nod my head or something,
Yeah, good.
But like I guess like I can't remember my main question, but it was something how like anytime you do psychedelics, I feel like the universe is putting the most intense shit in front of you.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I think there was a question there, but I just started. I wasn't gonna tell the story, and then I told the story. But here I am.
Yeah.
My first podcast, I don't know what to do.
No, that's good. No, mushrooms is a beautiful experience. It really is.
I guess I was asking like how comparable ayahuasca is, and like
it's if you can like talk and walk around and stuff, you didn't take a high enough dose for it to be comparable to ayahuasca.
Okay, so it just totally like wipes you out basically. You're in a different dimension.
Yeah, you're in a different dimension. Yeah, and like all the things that like you hear like people report on YouTube and stuff where they say like it's filled with aliens and shit. And it really is. You really do see stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
There's like that new Netflix documentary. Have a good trip.
I didn't see it, but I heard people talking about it. Is it cool?
Yeah, I just watched it. Yeah, it was actually really really cool. It's like I figured like celebrities, like people are people, so like everyone's smoked weed or done drugs or whatever. It was just actually interesting to hear the stories about like celebrities I never really, I guess, saw in that light talking, or doing mushrooms. Like Ben Stiller, like did acid. He wasn't stoked about it, but he did it, and it's like, wow, I grew up to Ben Stiller, and now here he is.
Did they have like spiritual experiences?
I don't know. It was just cool. I think I watched it a few nights ago. I think for the most part, it was more so talking about like opening your mind. It was kind of just like a mind opening type of documentary where it was like, yeah, acid isn't going to make your brain melt, and you're not going to go into a fucking psychiatric ward for doing acid one time. I don't know. It was kind of just saying like, it was weird, honestly. It was a lot of mixed signals. It was like acid is bad, but also it could be good. So,
right.
And same with like mushrooms. Yeah, I know for sure. But I just thought, I just watched it with a grain of salt. I was like, yeah, this is interesting. It's entertaining. It's funny. And it was cool.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
You think Donald Trump has tripped before? He has for sure, hasn't he?
Well, after watching that and seeing so many people that I'd never really thought would do
like
mushrooms.
I could imagine Ben Stiller trying psychedelics. That one doesn't.
Well, he didn't like it. He said he hated acid. He said he couldn't wait till he got off it. He had like a panic attack. He was hating it. And he said he'll never do it again.
Well, who were some of the ones that surprised you?
Oh man, I'm trying to think. I think Jimmy Kimmel, is on it, and he talks about doing.
I could see that. I guess he was like on the Man Show and stuff back in the day. You remember?
Right. Yeah. okay, you know what? I guess yeah, everyone's doing acid.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think it was more of like a surprise, like, wow, I can't believe this guy or girl has done acid. It was more so just like, I guess maybe actually a comforting feeling to know that like,
people are
okay,
people.
even like these, you know, A-list celebrities are out here fucking dropping acid to find something else. It's like you make millions of dollars a year, you live in Hollywood, California, like, or, you know, Beverly Hills, and you can pretty much do whatever you want. And here
Like,
they are
completely
living
in the material world.
yeah, like yeah, you're deep in the
the heart
material
of it.
world.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's probably a big reason on why celebrities would want to take acid, though,
Yeah.
to kind of
Yeah,
like find an
definitely.
escape from it. Or, but it was just like, oh wow, that's cool. Like, no matter how rich or famous somebody is, or who you know, or how successful or whatever you want to label it, it's like there they are, just trying to see if there's more out there. It's like everyone's very curious about psychedelics or about the spiritual world.
Yeah, it seems to be especially coming back with like in full force these days.
Yeah.
Another reemergence of it.
Did you watch? I don't know what the show is called, but Duncan Trussell has a show on Netflix, like that cartoon.
Midnight Gospel.
Yeah.
I watched the first couple episodes. Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet, but it looked really interesting.
Yeah, it's the guy that made Adventure
cool.
Time, so you know it's
Right,
you know it's
yeah.
gonna be cool.
Yeah, I know that looked really cool. I'll definitely check that out. But it's just like another like example of that psychedelic hippie wave coming back in full force. Like, I feel like I see it more. Maybe I'm just paying attention to it more, but I feel like over the past like 5-6 years of like touring with you, and I guess getting into my spiritual phase and really diving into that world is just like everywhere now. I don't know if that's just because I'm noticing it more, or if it's actually just becoming more popular.
No, I think it is a sort of like a fashion within like the youth culture, or within like the young adult culture. It definitely is. Like, people are definitely like talking about spirituality and stuff now more than when we were 20 or 19, 18.
Yeah. Like, that was like 20 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, back in like the 30s when we were 15. But yeah.
Your new pink hair looks cool.
Thanks.
It is pink, just for everyone that's watching and thinks it's just based on the pink lights behind you.
No, yeah, this is my quarantine hair.
What made you
I didn't know people could see me. People can see this right now?
I'm pretty sure I'm recording it. I hope so. I'll be really sad if it's not recording.
Yeah, I don't know. I my hair was just so long, and I dyed it obviously back in like January, and then I couldn't go to a hairdresser because, you know, everything's closed. So it just started growing out, and like the colors were growing all ugly and fading, and I was like, I can't cut my hair. A lot of people have said that, and it makes me feel good.
You remember we were in like Pennsylvania or something, and you shaved your head for the first time in like a long time?
We were in
somewhere.
Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Was it Pennsylvania? That was a good guess.
Yeah, Scranton, right? Where the office is.
Yeah, I think so.
That was
where it was. With the hill venue.
Yeah. I had what's his name?
The guy from Hawthorne Heights.
Ohio is for lovers was watching me. It was like such a weird moment, actually. Like, I grew up listening to Hawthorne Heights with emo hair, like trying to rebel against everybody and everything.
And you kept it, and he was probably the inspiration for your hair, like that Ohio is for lovers.
100%.
It's almost
I remember
like
being like 14, like in my room, like playing air guitar and watching that video, and like just like, yeah, I'm fucking sad. I don't know why I'm 14, but I am. And then like there he is watching me shave my emo hair off. Like, I was like, it was like a beautiful like butterfly, and I was like coming out of my cocoon. Like, here I am, no longer a sad boy, even though I was like funny. 25. Like, here I am. I'm no longer a sad boy. I'm 25, mom.
Man, the Warped Tour days. I'm gonna miss those. This is the first year, I think, totally with no Warped Tour, right? The first summer, because they had the couple shows last year, I think, or was that 2 years ago?
I think that was. No, I honestly don't remember.
That was 2019. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I got fucked over hard on that, man. I like shipped all my stuff to get there, and like half of it got lost. I lost my tent. It was horrible, man. I lost a lot of money on that those couple days.
That sucks.
Oh, but I do miss Warped.
Yeah, that was such an experience, man.
How many years did we do it together for?
I did it with I did it with you for 4 years.
And you skipped one only, right?
Of like the days?
No, skipped one whole year because only Kyle went 1 year. Yeah, you definitely did.
2018. I did 14, 15, 17. I didn't do 18.
No, yeah, okay. That was a good one, man. Yeah. That was a fun one. We were in the
Issues bus. I was right. I was like, I just got my apartment.
Party bus of the entire tour. Like, Warped Tour is like a rock festival where just like how many bands play? 120 bands or something?
I think it became a lot less over the years, but probably like 70 or 80.
120, that's a shitload of bands.
That's a lot of people. I think it was like, there's a couple
40.
last year. I think near like the last couple years, it was like 50, 60.
Yeah, okay, anyways. But so there's like probably 30 tour buses all lined up. And the tour bus that I was in with this band called Issues, you would be outside, because people just hang out outside. And the Issues bus would be moving up and up, like bouncing off the ground in a lowrider car. All the other buses are completely straight.
Well, even in 2014, the first year that I did it with you.
Was that the red van one with Johnny Hannell?
Yep. Yes, that was.
Were we all at our own benches?
Yep. Anyway, well, yeah, I don't even want to talk about that. But Issues was on it as well. And I remember I'm pretty sure I introduced. Were you on the bus with me?
I don't know.
Maybe it was Joe, but so me and like the Issues guys, I've known those guys for 10 years. Yeah, 10 years at least. So they were on the tour and we went into their bus and it was like everybody was in the bus. Like it was just every single person on the whole tour was on the. So I think they've always been the go-to, the go-to people for the cool band. Yeah, they're cool fucking guys. Yeah, like it makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, that was a fun one. But dude, the red van days, and the days when we took your RV.
Honestly,
do you remember the first? It was like a movie. It was like a movie.
Wait. Oh my god, I have to tell it because I really went through it. I bought an RV, okay, and I put so much work into it. I put like $4,000 or $5,000 of my own money into this RV.
1987.
It was an 87 RV, and like the inside was clean, It was like
cool.
a good.
That was
a good RV. It was just like the engine that like didn't work, Yeah. So Dakota was like, "Yeah, let's take the RV on Warped Tour." And I'm like, "Perfect." So I drive it over the border, like it's working pretty fine. Then the gas gauge broke, so we never knew if there was gas in it.
Didn't we run out of gas a couple times?
Yeah, definitely a few times we ran out of gas. But so I get to Dakota's house and I was like, yep, there's a trailer hitch on it. We're good to go. But because the RV was fucking 80 years old, the trailer hitch, I guess, was like so corroded and rusted. So
yeah, but hold on.
We attached the trailer.
Before that, we were all so excited to leave. We packed up. We were like giving my mom a hug. Everyone was like cheering. They were cheering for us. Everyone was in the street, like saying bye, waving at us.
Like neighbors that we've never met before. Like, have a good. Well, dude, we fill up the trailer. We fill we were listening to like the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. Like we're like having the best time of our lives. We turn the corner, and the whole trailer hitch just falls off. The whole trailer hitch just fucking falls right off.
Oh.
Like it was so upsetting, but also so funny.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
And then we run out of gas. Oh, the end of it. By the end of the tour, when we finally, we didn't even use the RV. We had to actually leave the RV
in Oregon or something, or Washington. We did. We made it all the way across the country.
We made it from Toronto to Portland.
Yeah.
And then we also drove it all the way down to New Mexico.
Oh yeah.
That's where we we drove to New
that.
Mexico.
And then it made it back up to Portland.
And then it made it back up to Portland, which I don't even know how, because I don't think like the oil.
Yeah, who the fuck knows? Luck.
The oil was leaking. The gas wasn't working. afterwards, we had to drive it back to Toronto from we got it in like Northern California, is when we picked it up.
Yeah.
Or where we. So when we were driving it back to Toronto, I remember front part of the RV, like the truck part versus like the cabin, the back of it was separating. Do you remember it like literally separating?
Yes,
like you could be sitting in like you could be sitting at the table and put your arms through the crack. Through the crack of the RV.
I was scared to sleep.
Yeah, because
I would have nightmares
at
of, like,
any moment the RV could just freaking out.
I would just be looking, and you guys would just be driving, and I would just be like falling behind you. That's what nightmares I would have.
And then the side of the RV fell off. Like the side of the RV blew off onto the highway. And then we were at the border. I was at the border.
It's like a movie.
Me and Joe were at the border, crossing the border. The side of the RV is missing. The table was like broken. Like everything was falling apart. The sink didn't work. The transmit, like if you turned off the RV, it would take like 30
those
minutes.
Last few hours, man. Like when we got into Michigan and it started.
Oh
like,
yeah, once we got to Michigan.
Bad.
I got so nervous because I was like, the engine's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
Like I need to get home. I need to drive this home.
That was. I always forget about that, and that's like one of the craziest experiences of my life. I feel like.
I remember me and Joe, we got across the border, which was lucky because they checked everything in that RV.
Yeah.
And then it was honestly like a miracle.
Just like
we turned the ignition.
A shitty Breaking Bad RV.
Just crossing the border. They checked the shit out of it. Like they ripped up like the floorboards to check. But anyways, the RV didn't start like on the first try ever. But for some like stroke of luck at the border, when they told us to turn it off, when we went to go turn it on to leave, it started perfectly. And we just drove out of there. And then we were like, okay, let's just pull over and relax for a second. And
that was a stressful night.
I was like, Joe, on the way back to Toronto, because it's like a 4-hour drive from the border. I was like, how, like, are we going to get oil? And he's like, let's just go. Like, let's just get home and then we're done. So we just drove for 4 hours, like leaking transmission, leaking oil. I think we stopped for gas.
I remember that. I remember how hard it was to turn.
Yeah, you couldn't turn the wheel. Like hearing the story back, like after
crazy,
living
man.
it, it's like, how did we manage to do that?
That was National Lampoon's scene.
National Lampoon's broken RV trip. I don't even know.
And you
man.
sold it and made money off of it.
No. I lost
Well, yeah, but
so
you made
much
some
money.
money back.
Yeah, I sold it for $2,000.
Fuck, man.
I bought it for 10. I put like $4,000 or $5,000 into it.
You spent 15 grand on that thing?
You know, it's not my best moment, but I did. And you know what? Whatever. I was young, dude. I was 25. I was 26, man. I was young back then.
Oh man, what was your plan? You're gonna live in it, or why'd you spend $20,000
the original
RV?
No, the original plan that when buying the RV was I wanted to just drive it across Canada and like kind of, I don't know, go to beautiful places, stay there for a week and just kind of live in it.
Is there any villages in Canada?
Villages?
Yeah. Like anything like that's like old school?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's
like out in the prairie somewhere?
Yeah, we've got like native like reserves and shit, if that's what you're like referring to.
No, I just mean like villages, like pilgrims. Like if you go to Europe, there's like when I was in Transylvania, like
I'm sure there is.
Think about Transylvania, that's what it's
like.
Yeah,
if you go to like, I don't know this for sure, but I'm just going to assume
like
because
Saskatoon or something.
Yeah, if you go to like Nunavut or like definitely Saskatchewan has like some igloo type of shit, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool. We should do a Canadian road trip. Go
maybe not igloo type shit, but like they definitely have like some. That's probably in like Nunavut and like the Yukon and stuff, like and like Northwest Territories, like places where there's like a population of like 1,000. Yeah. I'm sure it's like they got some type of villages like what you're referring to. Yeah, but I don't know. Cool. I live in Toronto. It's like the most like opposite of that, like buildings and
I got
lawyers.
Invited to some kind of crazy Native American, like Native Canadian thing where they hang themselves. Like, you know, when like body modifiers will like put hooks in their
Yeah,
backs?
like
Apparently that's a native tradition in Canada, and I got invited to like come hang out and
really
watch them do that.
Yeah, I've seen people put hooks in like the back of their legs and shit.
I know a girl that does it.
I don't judge anyone
I
for
don't
what they
judge,
like to
but it's
do,
just like,
but
ouch,
I
man.
just want to know how that, like, it has to hurt.
It has to hurt
Like
so
that
bad.
has to hurt.
Yeah.
And it just never looks like they're in pain. Like, do you watch YouTube
And
videos?
they
I've seen
swing
YouTube
from
videos
it. They
of it.
hang themselves.
Yeah,
from it.
they're like swinging back and forth like it's a tire swing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's a hook in your back. Like, that's gotta hurt. I mean, there's probably more to it than what I can understand. Like, it's probably a rush and
Yeah,
like,
it probably puts you into some kind of crazy experience to like feel that amount of pain and to like transcend it. I guess you probably get thrown into some weird state.
for sure. I just
Not for me. That's not the one. I would just rather. I don't know.
You think you would never try it once?
No, I wouldn't. I don't have enough skin on my back.
I know, dude. Same. Where would it go into? Like,
It would like be hitting my bones.
no, I'm sure it's possible. I've seen some like thin, tiny little people do it.
Where are you seeing these thin, tiny people do this at? In the bar with Drake?
Yeah, man. And you know what? Don't talk shit about that story. That's a true story, bro. I'm very proud of that
I've heard
story.
it more than once.
Yeah, I'm really proud of it, man. It's like,
That's
imagine
cool, that's
looking
cool.
through a window and just seeing Drake. Like that's cool. One
Yeah,
day,
I like Drake. That what's that album called? It's Too Late If You're
hopefully
Reading
my
This.
music.
That's one of the best albums, best hip hop albums.
Yeah, actually, I think that is what it's called. Yeah, no, that summer actually, we listened to that record so much.
Yeah, it's one of
That's
the best
such a good
hip hop
album.
albums of our generation that like our generational rappers have put out.
It's actually so good. Wow, I really want to listen to that record now. That's a really good album.
Hey, I'm gonna try to switch my Wi-Fi real quick just because it keeps skipping. Just one sec. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I listened to that album earlier today.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal record.
Drake, I don't think people give Drake credit for being like a good hip hop artist.
I think so. He's like one of the most listened to artists right now.
Yeah, but I mean, so is 6ix9ine. You know.
Well,
I mean, does the hip hop community give Drake props?
you know,
I feel like from that album,
I
he really
wouldn't-
deserves it. And
I wouldn't
and, like,
personally know.
Back-to-Back,
Back to Back is such a good diss track.
it's probably one and that Back to Back and Kill Shot by Eminem are probably
Oh my God.
and Hit 'Em Up by Tupac. Those are probably the best 3 diss tracks ever.
Yeah, Back to Back is such a good song. I mean, yeah, he definitely has to have a lot of love and respect in the hip hop community.
Do you believe like the stuff about Drake that he like stole some of those songs? What was the song? 10 bands, 50 bands.
You know what? Here's my little musical take on it.
Yeah.
There's been so many times in the studio where I'll come up with a hook or I'll be writing a song and I will have no idea. This is my song. Someone will come into the studio and be like, "Oh, that kind of sounds like this." They'll play it and it's like almost identical. And I'm like, "Oh, well, then there goes my song." Like that
Is
sucks.
it just you think it's just some kind of
It could be like
subconscious thing?
a subconscious thing, but
Yeah,
also
but that
just
was
the trend that hip hop. Okay, yes, he definitely there was like verses stolen,
full verses.
but there's
But was that
definitely
ever
like
proven?
trends. Yeah, I think. I mean, I remember when one of his first singles, Over, what's it called, Over? When that came out, he like stole like a sample from this song from like the 50s or 60s.
But so many producers and writers
then he got
shit
sued.
get thrown into that, you know? Like he might not even know that it was stolen, you know? Like as an individual, it could have been the producer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he was there and probably just who knows the whole story, but
I'm defending
yeah,
Drake.
I'm like all of a sudden I'm like, come on, man, you don't know him like that. but going back to like, sometimes I'll write a song and then I'll be like, this sounds exactly like the song I didn't even realize, or someone will tell me it sounds like, and it's not even like sounds like it, like it's the same like melody.
Yeah.
So, but especially in hip hop, like you can always see the trends in hip hop. Like you look in the 90s, early 2000s. You look at right now, it's very like, you know, even in like 2000 and like 14, 15, like mumble rap kind of became like a thing, and it was like
people talk shit about mumble rap a lot, but I actually like some of the mumble
there's
rap.
there's a lot of great artists. I mean, like
Migos. I like Migos.
yeah, they're great, but I think once you start to like listen to a genre a lot, or like there's a trend in it, it starts to become like
part of the pattern.
It's hard to it's hard to like get away from that. It's like, oh, this flow sounds like something I just heard.
What is the best era of hip hop you think?
Oh man, well, I grew up in the '90s, dude. I don't know. I'm gonna say '90s.
Definitely the '90s.
Like Big L is probably one of my favorite
Big
rappers.
L's hard. You got me into Big L actually.
Dude, he is like, it's crazy that like rap like that could never exist today.
Yeah.
Like if any of your viewers who listen or know who Big L is, like he was the most non-PC human being ever.
Yeah.
But now people are taking it like to heart. Like, oh, Drake said this. That means he's like, he hates this group of people or something. It's like, man, this is just a song. And he was just like saying some shit.
Well, why? What did Drake say?
No, I'm just using it as an example. Okay. But like, yeah, you would never be able to hear. That's why I think '90s is the best, because it's like,
yeah, and just
it's so unapologetic. It's like,
definitely unapologetic.
This is it.
80s hip hop was more like dancey and kind of like.
That's because it was like disco era, and like hip hop was like the Beastie Boys and like stuff like that. Like it was like very new and
Digital Underground.
Like NWA, so it's like, I guess actually NWA was
the new era. They started the new era. They brought
that
in
was
the
probably
90s.
for sure. It was like, yeah, because 80s hip hop is very like dancey, and you could probably just listen to it now and be like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, some
like
of it's good. Fun. What was that one? That's like it used to be in that skating game. It was like a 80s hip hop song. Oh, I can't think of it right now. Sing an 80s hip hop song real quick, like the most famous one.
Honestly, the only song that comes to my head is "Fuck the Police." Now that we're talking about
NWA. No, that's not it. I can't think of what it was, but yeah, dude, NWA, they brought in a whole new era.
I think "Express Yourself," which I'm pretty sure is NWA, was in a Tony Hawk's.
You remember when we were on Warped Tour and what was happening? There was some sort of racial stuff going on, and we were on tour, and there was police nearby.
The Black Lives Matter.
But there was something happened. There was a lot of tension. I remember we were playing "Fuck the Police" on our speaker when the cops were.
Oh yeah, we were in New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. Yeah. The venue with the train tracks.
Yep. Yeah, there was police there.
That? I remember because we wrote like Black Lives Matter on our tent and stuff like that.
Yep, and then we played "Fuck the Police."
I can't remember what. There's so many things that happened. It's hard to.
Since then, for sure, it's fucking terrible. But I think there was definitely something that happened, because that's when like
the Mike Brown murder, or was that?
Oh my god, dude, you're talking like 5 years ago, dude. I don't remember.
I know, yeah.
But yeah, there was probably something that happened. But it's crazy that the Black Lives Matter thing like kind of really happened while we were on tour, and then I think the following year. Gay marriage became legal in America. No, in America.
Oh yeah, and we were
in 2020.
I do remember that. We were celebrating that too.
Yep.
Yeah, I do remember that.
It's a lot of changes have been happening.
Just in 10 years.
Yeah.
And now we're in a pandemic.
and here we are. Can't leave your house.
But back to 90s hip hop. I don't know, when do you think like hip hop lost the poet? Like, because the thing that I loved about, like, even like Biggie wasn't like people compare Biggie and Tupac was obviously the more like poetic one.
Here's like the thing. I don't think hip hop has lost poets. I think what people are listening to has changed. Yeah, the mainstream. Like there are a lot of underground hip hop artists. In any genre, really, there's a lot of artists.
J. Cole's really poetic, right?
I don't honestly. I'm sorry, but I don't really listen to J. Cole.
I don't really listen to J. Cole either, but I think
I've heard some stuff. I'm sure. Like, I know his name, so he's doing something right. But, if you just like look, honestly, Spotify is not that I want to promote it, but it's a great app for finding new artists. I sound like a commercial.
Music listening applications are available.
Yeah, iTunes is also a great place to find new artists. But
what did you hear about Joe Rogan going to Spotify?
Yeah, was that $100 million?
I don't know if that's true, but that's what people are. That's what the word on the street is he got a $100 million deal.
Yeah, that's.
Do you think that's gonna have any effect on YouTube?
Well, he said he's only gonna upload clips, right, to YouTube.
Yeah, but do you think like YouTube will lose viewers because of that? Do you think Joe Rogan is a big enough asset that he's like bringing people?
I mean, I don't know. I listen to
I
Joe
mean,
Rogan's
definitely,
podcast.
I listen to it all the time. I mean,
So and I already have Spotify. So it's not like,
Same.
I don't think it's about YouTube losing. I think it's about Spotify gaining.
yeah.
That's what you need to look at. So
I don't understand how
Joe Rogan.
Do you have a Spotify? Do you get paid for your song in there?
Yeah, I do.
How do I check to see if do I get paid for my podcast?
I don't know how it works.
I
don't know how I don't know. I mean, I know how it works for a musician or an artist. I don't know how it works for like a podcast.
I don't even remember how I got my stuff on Spotify.
Well, how do you get your stuff on Spotify now?
I don't know. I just upload it and it just automatically goes to Spotify.
That's definitely something you should look into, because I don't know if I have the answer for that. Like for me, I have like a whole distribution thing that I like go through, and it pays me out and it shows me like listeners.
Yeah,
and
I wonder if I just got like some money sitting around somewhere.
Do you have like I don't know. See, I don't know how it works.
I
There's
use
like
a thing called Podbean, and that's what I upload my podcast from. And
see, I don't know how the revenue works per like podcast play. I think it's like it's got to be different from like music, but yeah, I'm not too sure. I would definitely look into that. There's probably some missing money there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's definitely going to make me spend less time on YouTube, Joe Rogan not being on it.
It's going to make you
spend less. Yeah, I mean, I won't be watching YouTube.
Oh, right.
Like all those minutes I would be watching on YouTube, those hours of footage I'd be watching, and now I'll be watching.
That's true.
Spotify.
There are definitely nights where I'm like on like a 4-hour binge of Joe Rogan podcast.
I don't get how are you going to watch movies, or not movies, but films on the Spotify?
There isn't. It's only audio.
No, he said the videos are going to be on there too.
On Spotify?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he said that.
From what I know right now, which is not a lot, I'm not that intelligent.
Will Joe Rogan videos be on Spotify?
Do you want me to? Are you googling that? You want me to Google that?
Yeah, you Google it.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Yeah, we wrote a song.
Yeah, we did write a song once.
What was it about again?
Cross the Hyatt Pond.
Oh yeah, those were the days.
What was the
oh,
what was the
Nana.
Oh, Nana.
We met a Vietnamese woman named Nana.
Are we really telling the story?
I can tell it if you want.
I mean, we could tell it lightly. And just tell the story and I'll cut in if I while I search for this Joe Rogan thing.
We can't tell the story.
We met a Vietnamese woman and we wrote a song about her.
And she was like 60.
She was definitely 60.
Yeah. We didn't have sex with them, if that's what it sounds like we're insinuating.
No, definitely no sex.
Yeah. Only in my dreams, Nana. What are you sipping on?
I'm sipping on Canada Dry.
What is that? Like Verner's?
It's ginger ale.
Ginger ale. Oh.
Yeah.
You remember when you were taking codeine because you had kidney stones and you were doing like meetups and Warped Tour?
Oh my God, yeah. It's not okay. I wasn't just doing like codeine.
No, you get kidney stones a few times.
Yeah, I had a kidney stone surgery. I had
in the middle of the summer.
Yeah.
I remember you had to like go and like sleep and stuff because it was just like hurt so bad.
Dude, the pain is terrible. But yeah, I had to take codeine. I wasn't like just taking codeine and like let's get fucked up and meet all these people.
No,
it was like I had to like not. I had to meet people and not be in pain. So I was fucked on codeine. It was great. It was actually a good time though. I enjoyed that.
I remember you saying like this is actually great.
Yeah. When I did my kidney stone surgery, they gave me.
What did they do? They stick something up your pee hole?
Oh, dude, yeah. For the sake of your viewers, I'm not telling the story, but you can Google it if you want on your own time. Kidney stone surgery, kidney stone extraction surgery. It was terrible.
And you were pissing blood and stuff.
So you really just, I was pissing a lot of blood for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks, nothing but blood. Now, I wasn't on tour during the blood pissing stages.
No, that's good.
But I was on tour with I had a lot of kidney stones, and then after tour I got them all extracted, and not all of them. I think there's still some in me, to be honest, but I got most of them extracted. And then the surgery itself, like the healing process, is like you piss blood for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was fucking terrible, dude. It was the worst. But they gave me like morphine and codeine and fucking all sorts of shit. I just remember like dude, they gave me this one pain medicine where you like stick it in your ass. It was like this pill that you like put in your ass, and it was like
a
an
suppository.
Yeah, well, I stuck it in my ass, and it was it was like instant pain relief. Like
That's good.
instantly, like it just dissolved into my ass.
What else have you stuck up your ass?
Let's see here. Not much.
No? Do you remember Jackass where they stuck a toy car and a condom up their ass and they went and got x-rays?
Yeah. Yeah, that was fucking funny.
You remember when what's his name? Chris Pontiac?
Pontius?
Chris Pontius, where he put his dick inside of a little rat sock and then put it inside the fish tank with the snake in it.
The snake, yeah.
And they had the string on it and would make it dance.
Dude, those guys are...
You could never do that these days either. Just like how we were talking about how 90s rap, you can't get away with that these days. You can't get away with the Jackass generation either.
But that was also like late 90s, was it not? Early 2000s,
Early
late 90s
2000s probably.
when Jackass, the first Jackass like
2003 maybe?
season came out. Yeah. Man, that was some good shit.
And Steve-O's completely done a turnaround, completely vegan
he did a 180. Yeah, it's like been sober for so long. He's vegan. He's like an animal activist, animal rights activist.
Yeah, shout
and
out
like
to Steve-O. We should try to get Steve-O on the podcast after Jeremy.
Yeah, I think he has his own podcast, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a great dude. Like, he's definitely turned his life around so much for the better, and like you can just tell he's happier. You can just tell that like he's really enjoying his life now, and it's he's like definitely a great inspiration for a lot of people.
You remember when we met Bam and his family? Remember we walked out of the tour bus? And
oh my god! Okay,
Jared's family was there.
So our tour bus was literally parked beside CKY's. We were touring with a band
called Ailstorm, which is a how do you explain Ailstorm? A pirate metal band.
Literally pirate metal.
Yeah,
pirate metal. But our tour bus one day, they're great and they're all funny dudes. But our tour bus was parked beside CKY, who is like Bam Margera's cousin, or something like that.
Or his brother or something.
I think they're cousins.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure cousins. But so April Margera and Phil were just literally sitting in front of our bus.
There's these guys that cut hair underneath a tent.
Oh, that's the guy who shaved my head.
Yeah, the guy that shaved your head.
Yeah.
And we walked out, and we walked almost halfway to the tent before we like both stopped.
We got out of the bus, we like looked and we were like, okay, and we kept going.
It's another normal day.
And then like we walked like a good minute, and we were like, wait a minute. Is that?
And then we realized we were in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
No, we walked actually all the way to the tent. And then we were like kind of freaking out. We were like, dude, that was Phil Margera. And
like, for sure.
Because we were going to switch like merch, whatever.
Oh, wait, you know how we then knew? Because our merch girl at the time was like, did you guys hear? No, Michelle was our merch girl.
You don't even know Shanice because you didn't come for that tour, right?
No, I don't know who that is.
Oh, Shanice was cool.
Yeah, Michelle, remember? It was Michelle. She was like, hey, do you guys know that Bam Margera's parents are here? And we're like, they are. We just saw them. They are here. And then we turned around and walked back and introduced ourselves and took a photo.
Yeah, that was cool. And they were nice. His dad was really cool to us.
Oh my God. They're so nice. So down to earth.
Yeah. And then we met Bam later in the day.
Yep.
And he didn't give two shits about us. He looked at us.
You know what though? He was, he didn't even look at us. He like didn't even look at us. But he was also getting asked for pictures by everyone.
Yeah,
he wasn't even in like he was in like the backstage area, and there were like main stage bands were like, please Bam, let me take a picture with you. Bam over here. Bam over here.
Yeah, we were in a line full of like famous bands waiting to meet Bam Margera.
Yeah, dude, that was so funny.
Yeah, and he didn't even look at us.
No, we have a picture with him, and it's great. Yeah. It's a great picture.
Yeah,
but he didn't look at us for 1 second.
That's so funny.
That's great.
Who else has been on Warped Tour that we've met that's interesting?
Everybody, honestly.
Riff Raff was on Warped Tour once.
Oh yeah.
Andrew Wang. You know who Andrew Wang is?
No.
The fashion designer. Oh, Alexander Wang, not Andrew Wang. Alexander Wang. You know, like A$AP Rocky.
I do know that.
Yeah,
he was on Warped Tour?
He was just there one day.
Wow.
He was at the barbecue, and someone was like, "That's Alexander Wang." That's Andrew Wang. Andrew Wang is a dude that's running for president in America.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know anything about American politics.
Yeah. Yeah. Trump's gonna win again, I think.
Are we? Well, okay, so we're going down this path. I don't know too much, so I'm not going to chime in. But and I don't want to say my political beliefs on here, do I? I'm liberal.
You're
Okay, I
Canadian.
said it. I'm liberal as fuck. Oh,
I
well,
don't even know what
Canada is
that-
such
I don't identify with any of those labels.
Well, okay, so I feel like I would be considered centered, but also like Canada is such a liberal country that I guess like me versus someone who's truly a centered standing person would be like, dude, you're really liberal. So I don't know. I kind of just want to like live and let live and everyone be happy. So I guess that's just like a liberal way of thinking.
It's just like a human way of thinking. I'm gonna turn this light on real quick. Is it getting dark in here?
Yeah,
Okay, just 1 sec.
it should be a human way of thinking. Sometimes it's not.
This is the ayahuasca room, by the way. This is where we drink ayahuasca. This is the temple, we call it.
Does it give you like flashbacks?
No, but I do feel like a comfort in here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That light though, yeah, move
Yeah,
your
I know.
camera.
Is that okay if it's like that? I mean, I have my other camera filming me, so it's like this.
True.
would be- but I don't want Ron Jeremy to think I have a cheap webcam.
Yeah, I feel like my setup looks really professional.
Yeah, like, I look like I'm fucking on a Windows 97.
Yeah. Ron Jeremy just like, Andrew, who's this Dakota guy? Is this your friend?
Thanks for having me on your podcast, Andrew.
Yeah.
He doesn't even answer my questions. I ask. It's like that South Park scene. I farted once in the set of Blue Lagoon. He just slaps me.
I fought it once at the set of Blue Lagoon.
Oh man, those guys are genius.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him if you got to hang out with them.
Well, I obviously did if he was in their movie.
No, you know what though? Not obvious because there's a lot. I watch a lot of interviews
It
with
was Trey Parker.
celebrities.
It was their first movie. They were nobodies at that time.
Yeah, but still, the thing is, like, people don't necessarily hang out with people when they're in a movie with them. There's some scenes where they're not even like that. They're in together. That person's not even there the day they
Right.
film it.
Yeah.
So you know, he definitely was on set with them, and like you know, Trey Parker directed the movie, so he was there all the time. But you know, it could just been like
Ron
maybe they didn't.
Jeremy is the place for me. Ron
But, yeah, so I just wanna
Jeremy's
know-
got a
I wanna
big
know-
PP.
Yeah, he does. That's my dad's was like. I was like, Dad, you know who Ron Jeremy is? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm a big fan of his films.
I've been calling him my stepdad online the whole time. I actually called my mom and I was like, "Hey mom, today's the big day. Me and Andrew are gonna talk to Ron Jeremy." She just said, she just said, "Ew." And then I heard her like boyfriend in the background go, "Are you gonna shake his hand?"
That's so good. Yeah, my dad's like, yeah, of course, Ron Jeremy. The guy with the huge, he said, my dad, such a dad. He's like, yeah, the guy with the huge knob.
The huge knob. Oh, look at here he is right here. It just popped up.
I don't
Okay.
see it yet.
Dante. All right, I'm gonna click admit.
All right.
Okay, it says waiting. Oh wait, they switched it to Willow Ruscalili. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that out loud. Hello.
Hi guys,
Hey,
Hey.
what's up, Dante?
how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Really good, man. So I've never even heard of this guy, Ron Jeremy. I just wanted to be on your show so bad.
Okay,
I'm just
cool.
kidding.
Welcome.
So he's right behind me. If we're outside and some construction's happening,
Okay, that's
but
okay.
with COVID, I can't take him in my house. So
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I
It's
have
an
a wife
animal.
and- he's an animal, this guy. So here's Ron Jeremy, you guys.
Okay.
6 feet away from each other.
Okay, that's good.
Perfect.
Hello, Ron.
Hey.
What are you
Make
eating?
this bigger. Oh man, I made him a nice.
He's just snacking. What are you snacking on?
Oh,
Can you see
great.
us?
And
Yeah, you're on a podcast right now, Ron Jeremy. You look like
Hey,
you're a little confused.
I knew
How are
that.
you?
Good man, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You're 35.
35? No, I'm 20. I'm 27.
21 or something.
Really? Wow.
18, 20.
I got shoes older than you.
Oh wow!
It's
I
got
would
to
love
be the
to see those
mustache.
shoes one day.
It's got your porn mustache, Ron.
Yeah, you put that mustache.
Yeah, I'm like
kinda
a younger.
my
I'm like a
mustache.
younger you. I've been calling you my stepdad online all day.
Then you make your penis a little smaller, and then you're gonna have me perfect to a T.
Okay.
What a compliment.
Yeah. Where are you at right now, Ron Jeremy?
Right now, we are in Hollywood, California.
How is it there right now during this situation? What do you got going on there?
It's I mean, it's okay as far as the weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in
It's okay
Peru
for-
right now.
The stores in England, you're able to order and then eat the item outside the store, right?
That's okay.
These aren't the English guys.
I know. Oh, they're British, no British?
No, we're not British.
Oh.
I'm from the United States.
I'm
And
from
he's from
Canada.
Canada.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, but right now.
Sorry, we've been doing stuff with London all day.
Oh, those goddamn Brits. I'm from Peru, or I'm in Peru right now. I'm stuck here.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm stuck
Yeah,
here right
he's
now
stuck in
because of the COVID situation, and all the airports
Are you with
closed.
family at least?
No, I'm living at a closed ayahuasca center. Yeah. You ever heard of ayahuasca, Ron Jeremy?
What?
Have you ever heard of ayahuasca?
Ayahuasca?
Yeah, you ever heard of that before? You look like you're on it right now, potentially.
Ayahuasca?
Yeah, ayahuasca, Ron Jeremy. Have you heard of it?
I've never heard of it.
No, you've never heard of it?
It's like a psychedelic. It's like a psychedelic.
Yeah, ayahuasca is a psychedelic brew from the Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
would you try
Yeah.
something like
explain
that?
this.
Would you ever try something psychedelic if it was natural? He doesn't even like aspirin. He doesn't do
You don't do
drugs.
aspirin?
He doesn't-
Really?
Wow.
No, if I got avoid it, I won't do anything on a drug.
Really? You
Not
never-
even
I find that
like
everything works real fast.
not even
My
pot.
immune system is in good shape because I've never done drugs.
Interesting.
I only use it if I have to.
That's
Like
interesting.
if,
What about back?
a lot of
What about back in the heyday?
Nope.
No,
A
really.
little pot, a little bit of alcohol, a little Boone's Farm apple wine, but that's
Boone's
it.
Farm, eh? I know about Boone's Farm. That's
Well,
interesting.
tiny bit,
That's
just-
interesting to hear. I would have thought that you lived a wild lifestyle.
Yeah.
If people do, well, it's kind of wild as far as I used to go to swing clubs. I used to do fun things, but never in the world of drugs or alcohol.
Interesting. I like that. I appreciate that about you, Ron Jeremy.
They put me in the movie 54 because of that. Actually, Harvey Weinstein produced it. Mike
he's not doing
Meyer,
so well these
Ryan
days.
Phillippe. What?
I said he's not doing so well these days.
No, I guess not. But the film had Ryan Phillippe, it had Salma Hayek, Mike Meyer, and it was called 54. It was all about the crazy days of Studio 54.
Oh, I'm not familiar with Studio 54.
Yeah, I
What
have
is
to check that out.
Studio 54.
I know.
No, I
I know
don't think-
Studio 54.
What
I
is
just
it?
don't know the movie.
Oh, it was like the #1 club in America for years.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did
Like
a
a-
film about it.
Like disco and stuff, right?
The owner of the club came down with a bad virus and died.
Oh no, that's sad.
Yeah.
That's
but it was you've heard of it, of course, Studio 54.
No, I've never
Yeah,
heard of it.
I'm pretty sure I have.
The Canadians heard of
Wow.
it.
Wow, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So you're in Hollywood right now. I see. I saw you're trying to save a tree.
Yes.
Yeah. How's
that's
that?
correct.
How is that working for you?
We're gonna find out. I mean, it's sad.
And that tree's in New York, right?
Not a ton of them, no, but when compared to living out in the farm, forest land, but it's just sad because I won't see the tree in the shape in which it's been.
Right. And then
Right.
you.
Yeah, and they turned it today. I mean tomorrow. So today's the last day. It wasn't good in time to fly there.
Okay. And that tree, your dad planted that tree. You said, right? So it's got
Yes.
sentimental value to you.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Well, we're here to help. However we can help, Ron. If you need us
Yeah.
to post something for you, we got you.
You know what would be great, you
appreciate
guys?
Yeah. Let us know, Dante. What's great?
So since Ron can't be there tomorrow when the tree goes, I interviewed him today.
Yeah.
And he the thing he really wanted to do was hug it goodbye. And I said, why don't you tell people to go there and hug it goodbye?
Oh, that'd
Well,
be
those
nice.
who live in the area, of course.
Yeah, obviously
Yeah.
don't fly there.
I'll fly there from Peru right now, Ron Jeremy, to hug this tree of yours.
I'll drive to New York.
And
I
I'll
will.
be in your lower tree.
How far is Peru to New York?
Oh, very far. It's a completely different country and continent.
Well, I know that, but I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably.
I think I'm about. Where is it?
7
New
hour-
York City?
7-hour plane ride.
That's similar to, I guess, New York, LA.
Yeah, probably about the same distance.
Where is the tree in New York? Like where's
The
it
tree's
located?
actually in Queens, Bayside,
Okay.
Queens.
So that's like an 8-hour drive to me. I'm in Toronto, so that's like an 8-hour drive.
Yeah.
The border's closed, so I'm screwed. But I'll hug the tree in spirit.
Yeah.
You gotta
Well,
call these two guys.
oh, it sounds like an alien back there. If he's speaking to us, I can't hear.
I think that's great. It's great. It lessens the pain a little bit, you know.
So what are you up
That
to?
thing,
What are you up to these days, Ron
tree
Jeremy?
withstood. Why?
What are you doing these days? What are you up to? You have anything creative going on?
I'm still doing movies, TV shows. Nothing's changed.
Yeah. What movies and
Yeah.
TV shows are you doing right now?
Well, one's coming out called Lady Killer, starring Rutger Hauer. One film starring the British rocker Lemmy from Motorhead. Remember them?
Just
Yeah.
came out.
Yep. I remember Motorhead.
This came out called Sunset Society about a bunch of vampires living under the ground.
Do you play a
Oh, cool.
vampire?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. You you resemble a vampire a little bit.
Guns N' Roses was in it. Dizzy from Guns N' Roses. He's
Wow.
in it.
Nice.
And
That's great.
Steve-O from Jackass.
Oh,
he's
we
in
were
it.
just talking about
we were,
Steve-O.
we were just
literally
talking
before you
about
came on here.
Steve-O. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy guy. His act, it's funny. Like, you know, me and Dante have to study our craft. You know, get the jokes right, get the timing right, get all that stuff right. And then Steve-O takes a stapler and staples his balls to his thigh bone.
Oh.
So, you know, we have to work to make a living here. Guy's stapling. This guy is stapling, his ball sack to his thighs. Well, I guess art comes from all places.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Ron Jeremy, I have a serious question for you. Because you've had sex with so many women and maybe a non-intimate kind of way or a non-personal kind of way.
Yes, that's a good choice of words.
Yeah. Do you find that your intimacy and your personal relationships is sort of affected by this lifestyle and this path you've gone down?
No, if anything, it helps you understand how you are.
Yeah.
It's a very, very good question. The thing is, it kind of helps you do things. You know, it helps you understand that this is someone I really care about, and there's real feelings here.
Yeah. Do you find sex?
And this-
Do you find
this
sex to
girl
be a
over
spiritual
here-
experience?
Yeah, well, and the girl over here is gorgeous. Chemistry's there. It's terrific, but not a lot in the emotional or
Right.
the physical personality. And then it can happen. You're not really turned on emotionally, but you're turned on physically. And for most guys, Dr. Pepper could turn them on. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah. If I'm on a bus and it bounces the wrong way, it's game over for me.
Yes.
yeah,
Oh, yeah,
But
bumpy
I just had
roads.
I just had a kind of like a funny experience. If you want to hear I shouldn't be bringing up funny experiences
No, that's
now,
all right.
but we're at a hotel, and it's funny because they have these little white packets. You know, when you have coffee and you order the cream, and those white packets are the best because they have like the blue and the brown. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the sugar packet.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's liquid. It's fluid.
I don't know. Oh,
Yeah.
creamer.
Yes, little creamer. And so it wasn't working right. I couldn't pull it out with the knife, so I just squeezed it, and I got all over my face. The white cream was all over my face, my shirt, my arms.
That's a beautiful
And I
image.
said to myself, in some small way, this is fair.
Oh, karma.
Do you find sex to be a spiritual experience, Ron?
It can be.
Yeah.
And it depends on the person you're with and how you feel about them.
Yeah.
But some girls, yes. Some girls, no. Some girls, you just enjoy the nice nookie. You have a great time, and then others are maybe not even have such a connection except for, a spiritual, unless an emotional, spiritual thing.
Yeah.
Those often take longer to build,
Yeah. What about spirituality in
Yeah,
general?
we're guys. So I'm just saying we're guys.
Yeah.
Women are catching up, but we're still guys, and we don't necessarily look for the long haul, the big emotion. And, like a lot of these dating services, they say a lot of it is the men want to get to know the girl in a physical way, and the girl wants to know the guy more on an emotional way. This causes a little bit of a contradiction,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that when we were kids. When we were kids, our parents would send the girl out with a chaperone.
Yeah.
And now it's the man who wants the chaperone. How's that for a switch?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't remember that period of my life, but I'm sure it's happened once. Do you find spirituality in general a part of your life? Spirituality?
These are great questions.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes. I don't want to lie and say, oh, always.
Yeah.
I'm just a walking piece of spirituality. No. There's often the times I just want to go and see some good-looking girl and watch a movie, maybe go bowling. maybe play pool, maybe be in a movie, take on a cameo because a friend of mine's shooting. That's my life. I can't complain. It's better than a lot of other people's, so I can't complain. Yeah.
That's great.
The tree thing also has me all stymied, only because I used to hug the tree. And if you go to Showtime. Showtime has my documentary, story of Ron Jeremy, and there's 10 scenes that didn't go into the main part of the movie. It's 10 extra scenes. So I think number 4 or 5 is the one where it shows me hugging the tree, jumping out of my car, going to my tree, giving it a big hug and a kiss, and it's a cute little piece because it's real. It's not anything fake. And it's just like I'm not asking for any money or anything. Just people that try to convince the Parks Department that they don't have to take away the tree. Take some of the branches off, do it necessary, but I wish they wouldn't have to take the whole tree.
Is it confirmed that they're going to cut the tree,
sad.
or is it still up for? Yeah, oh yeah.
Pretty much so, yeah.
That's so sad.
Morning.
Do you have a name for the tree?
Dang.
So we can make a memorial for it.
No, and it's funny because usually I would do that.
Okay, well,
Usually
let's
I
pick a
would
name for it right now.
pick a
What do you
name for
think?
something like that.
Well, then that way,
I don't
once
know.
it dies,
I'm
we
not
can
sure.
RIP it, and post pictures on the internet.
We can make a trend. We can make a
call
trend
it,
on Twitter.
We'll call it Wood. Ron's Wood. Ron's Woody.
Definitely. I don't. Well, I know. I thought of that. I don't want to make it comedy
Yeah, I understand.
in this particular case. I'd like to make it serious. What?
Brute.
Root. That would have a better chance than Woody. Those are all the good jokes, though. But I'd want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
Well, that's good.
Root. Well, like I said, it withstood so much, and
It's
then
good
to
to see
see
you
it
have a
just go,
sensitive
it's like,
side to nature.
darn.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Well, if you look at the block on Bell Boulevard in L.A., where they were building the Long Island Expressway in Queens, you could see that it's by far the largest, like 3-4 times larger than any other tree. Because me and my dad wouldn't let the Parks Department come in. This time they said they really needed to do it. So I don't know. It would be breaking the law, and then eventually they'd get it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I wish.
Going back to cameos, you made a cameo with in the movie Orgasmo.
Say what?
In the movie Orgasmo, you made an appearance in that, and I love that movie so much. It's such a funny movie.
Everybody does, yeah.
It's a great movie. Do you still have like a friendship or relationship with like Trey and Matt? Like, do you guys still talk? I know it's been a long time since you were in that movie, but
Do you still talk to Trey and Matt Parker? And do you have any good stories from the movie?
Yes. I'll see them once in a while at an event, but like, and I'll say how like when they inducted Penn Jillette into the Stars, Walk of Fame, Penn Jillette was there. I'm sorry, Trey Parker was there, and we had a lot of hysterical bits on the movie. The one thing is like they did things I didn't understand. I really didn't understand what they were doing. Like they had the most gorgeous girls in America, the prettiest porn stars, and then when the girl lowers her blouse, we're about to see a nice big boobie. They cut to some Spanish guy's ass.
yeah,
What the hell? They they went right to the mariachi band.
yeah.
Going, what the hell? I don't want to see that. And they did it 2 or 3 more times throughout the movie. They go, and they did song. And then they do it again. And I said, Trey, you're about to see a beautiful boobie, and you switch over to a guy's hairy ass. Wouldn't the audience rather see, a sexy boobie? And Trey goes, Ron, you just don't get it. That was just, and then later, and during the documentary, he said great things because we did a great karate fight. I took a little kung fu when I was in Queens College in Chinatown. So me and him do a great fight scene during the movie.
Yep.
But then he has this Asian guy who says, kiss my black ass. And the guy's Asian. You just don't get it, Ron, And so it's funny, like that went on throughout the whole movie. Ronnie, you just don't. And then at the end of the day, or at the end of the movie, it wrapped after like 2 weeks. They had the screening or the premiere party was at Hugh Hefner's. How's that?
Oh, wow.
And Metallica was playing. How's that?
Wow. Holy shit.
That's what I call it. So we're sitting there, and then they show the movie. Trey Parker comes up to me with a camera behind him. Ron. Okay, I get it. He gets it, folks. There we go. Because they just do things that don't make sense. Like you'd shoot a model and the model blows up to look like a house, right?
How you died and you were.
Well, hold on. That's important. That's a very important one. And then they stay on the model longer than they should, so you can see that it's a model. Trey, they never would do that. Ronnie, you just don't. So it's funny. And then this is the best one of all. If you remember in Orgasmo, I died. I got to a fight with Trey Parker. Involves martial arts. Then he takes the Orgasmatron, shoots it at me, and then my head blows up.
Yeah.
Literally blows up. My head blows up. Okay. Next day I show up for to have breakfast. Like nothing happened. So I said, Trey, didn't I blow up yesterday? Ron, you just don't get it. And then he explains to the cameras that during my documentary, months later, and he explains to them that that's the whole idea. Ron plays a character that comes back to life. So he told the media that I was the original Kilkenny.
Nice.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh wow.
Yeah, that is
What a
cool.
nice honor. Yeah, he says it on
That's
camera.
insane.
That he just didn't get it. I died. I got my head busted open by him, and I came back the next day.
That's an
So there you have
incredible
it.
story. That is actually an incredible
that's
story.
My biggest cult film though would be
Oh, that's a good
Boondock
movie.
Saints.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
You like that one?
God bless
Yeah.
you, Ron Jeremy. Oh,
Didn't even- I was afraid if I sneeze, you guys will think that it's
what do you think
Well,
about this Corona situation?
I think it's everyone
What
in
do you think
America is
about the
afraid
Corona
to sneeze.
situation?
What?
Is it as serious as they're making it out to be, or you think there's some kind of political exploitation happening?
It depends who you listen to. It's the funniest thing. If you listen to Fox News or CNN, everyone has a totally opposite attitude. It's really crazy. Like what to do. Maybe it's an alternate life.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something going on
Yeah,
in
how
an
do you feel
alternate
personally?
stream. Like maybe we are all on another planet. Maybe the last time you had an operation and they had put you into an induced coma.
What?
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is your induced coma. Hope you enjoy it. Zach,
What do you think about
take care. Thank
the
you
Bill
very
Gates
much.
vaccination? Are you going to take the vaccine that Bill Gates is trying to give everybody?
No, well, the guy's not rich enough, I guess. What?
Well, apparently
I didn't know
he's
about that.
planning to put a microchip into people, which will measure all your body temperature, measure how much you walk. It'll have your money on there.
Yeah, and it's going to measure your fist as it goes right into his face. What is his problem? I mean, he gives to charity.
He
People
does- he
say
gives a lot.
He
He's got so
gives to
much money.
charity,
He
right?
does. He does
I think
get.
people would question him if he didn't.
Yeah, you have to. You
It's a
have
tax-
to give to
it's a
charity
sort
at
of a
that
tax
point,
deductible,
right?
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's a scary
that's
guy.
frightening. That's absolutely frightening. Look at it this way too. There's many ways to look at this, and here's another one.
What?
A lot of people don't like. I'm really too sure about vaccines because a vaccine is the
Yeah.
weakened germ itself. You know that.
Yep. Yep.
So some people are afraid of vaccines, and others are saying no, you got to take it. So it's really a difficult thing, if you want to think about it. You want to make sure you do the right thing for you and your kids, but then they're saying, well, maybe you shouldn't take a vaccine. Oh gosh, I mean,
Would you
we have the
vaccinate
flu
me, Ron, if I
vaccine
was your child?
with a very tiny needles that wouldn't hurt you very much. I put you over my knee.
Jesus.
I'll spank you first. As you're saying, spank me, daddy.
Okay.
I'll deliver the whopper. Wow! Right into your keister, balls deep. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you're in the Hollywood little circle. Do you think there's a hidden agenda that's being manipulating the consciousness of our culture? Is there a secret group of people running things, Ron?
It's very scary. I like to think not.
That's the Illuminati flying over you right
I know
now.
that because they have the Bombay door.
Dakota, you shouldn't have asked that question.
That kind of bothers me. These helicopters
Yeah, they're
are going
listening
back
to
and
us.
forth a lot, and that's military helicopters at the Bombay door.
It's the
I think right
question.
now you can tell. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of things. Look, supposedly maybe China or other countries, they know they can't beat America
Yeah.
in a bomb, gun, kind of war, but yet they cannot. I mean, no one
Yeah.
can beat America with missiles. We got that one cornered. Maybe other countries want to, just screw things up while they can. I don't know. Oliver Stone said during an interview with Putin, we can kick your ass, And Putin just wore a smile and said, yeah, maybe. But, you see that interview and go, I think Putin can kick America's ass if he's going to go by that stupid interview, It's really nuts, I'm a very, very diehard American fan. Every one of my relatives fought in wars. My dad who's 102 years old, 102.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yes, he helped build, he built radar towers in World War II. My mother was a spy in World War II. She was in the
Holy shit.
She was in the OSS, which became the CIA. It's all in my book. Yeah.
Oh, what's your book called?
And hardest man in showbiz.
Okay.
Get
I
it?
definitely understand that.
The hardest man.
No, I don't get it. Will you explain?
So and on the cover, it says New York Times bestseller.
That's great.
Hey,
Yeah, congratulations, Ron. You made it. And now here
Thank
you are
you,
talking
thank
to
you.
me.
Well, you got to go slumming once in a while.
Ron, did you see this? Speaking of like CIA and secret intelligence, did you see the Pentagon released those videos of the UFOs?
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
Neither of you guys seen that?
When did that
Maybe
happen?
2 weeks ago, they released 3 videos of UFOs that they confirmed are legitimate, unidentified flying objects. They don't know what they
I
are.
believe in it, dude. I've seen them.
You've seen them?
It's real.
Ron, would you have intercourse with an alien if you had the opportunity?
We're going to do a cliffhanger. I'm going to tell you
Okay.
in 2 seconds. Hello?
Ron Jeremy is taking a phone
Who's
call in
this?
the middle of
Who's
our
this?
podcast.
It's like,
You what?
sorry, Dakota, I'm on the phone with Ron.
I don't know. Pretty soon. I'm not too sure. But if you want to do something bad,
He still
maybe
has a
I'll get
flip phone.
Dante to do it. We'll see. Give me a phone. Give me a call in 40 minutes. Okay, honey?
I mean, he doesn't need to send nudes, he doesn't need
Is
Snapchat.
everybody getting along? Hello?
I'll show you if I can. Over.
Yeah, show us your gardening that I see you doing back here.
Those are.
What is that?
Those are.
Oh, we can't hear you yet.
Your microphone's
Oh, those are Ron's pink Crocs.
Pink
Oh, okay.
Crocs. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw him post a meme of the Crocs, the Croc tan.
Yeah, so we're going to auction those off on my Facebook and his for comedians who need money. But it's going to be his Crocs. It's going to be one of his harmonicas, an autographed photo, a cummy shirt, which is probably the one he's wearing right
Okay.
now. I think it has cum stains on it. And a piece of his mustache, which I can cut off live on your show
Sure,
if you'd
yeah,
like.
let's cut his mustache off right
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
All right, I'll go put on gloves.
Good. And Dante's going to
He's gonna
go
shave your mustache.
and look at his penis. See, he's Italian. He's not Jewish.
Okay, are you Jewish?
Oh,
Dante never got circumcised.
That's
So we're going to take a little bit
disgusting.
of his foreskin, a little itty bitty bit of foreskin, and he's going to walk around. He's going to walk around, the convention floor, offering his foreskin for
Oh,
little
that's a
cash.
religious experience.
A little cash.
A little cash. Okay,
$20. Here's my foreskin.
Oh,
I'll give you
okay.
500 rupees.
How much for Ron Jeremy's foreskin? Let's get that going.
500 rupees.
But then you go to foreskin, so it's times 4. So what was it you asked me? Would I have sex with an
Yeah, would
alien?
you have intercourse with an alien?
Yeah,
Ron?
that was the question.
I
It's
think
not
I
my
already
best
did.
question, but
Have I had sex
not
with an
have
alien?
you. I don't know. I don't believe that you have. If you did, I would love to hear the story.
Alien. Boy, that's
And I don't mean illegal
That's good,
alien, as in somebody that snuck over the border to have sex with you. I mean, someone from a different dimension or a different planet, potentially.
I find that to be very scary.
Really?
Because
Oh, he's got scissors.
I think that right now, maybe I think that maybe there is an alternate universe.
Oh, there definitely is. Actually, did you?
Yeah, when you're getting an operation, and then they put you under, right? They give you a self-induced
Yeah.
coma, or what?
We're all in that. I know Ron keeps thinking because all this, he's like coming up with every theory in the world. I'm serious.
A lot of people are.
He has a master's degree, so this man is just a thinker. And he's not wrong. We just found out, what was it, yesterday, that there might be a parallel
Yeah, I was
universe?
going to ask you about that. What do you think about that parallel universe
Yeah.
they just discovered?
Hold on, let me cut his mustache
Okay, yeah,
off
let's
real
cut
quick.
this
This is for
mustache
charity.
off.
Just,
No, you gotta
right,
make it
just
real.
right on the end. I promise. Just two snips.
Hold
Give
on,
him-
hold on.
No one will even care. Just
No, listen, no one's gonna know the difference. They look.
Don't know the
That's
difference.
exactly the same.
Give him a little
filming it.
Hitler.
Late.
No,
Just,
man.
just one little snip.
No,
Ron,
every time I do
Ron,
that, I
do
regret-
it for
I
the
regret it.
podcast, Ronald.
It's for the-
Then I'll get a mirror. I want to see it.
I promise.
I wanna see
You won't
it.
be mad.
I want to see it. Everyone says that, then I'm curious.
Have I ever done it?
No, please.
It'll grow back.
What
It'll grow
about a
back.
little, what a little bit of your?
that you can take a
Go ahead,
bunch
Okay,
go
of
some
ahead.
chest
I mean,
hair.
it's
Chest hair
hair.
is good too.
tons of that.
Okay, cut some of that chest hair off.
Okay,
Guys,
that's just hair.
you guys
Give
can't
me
wrap.
one little snip, one hair. That's it. I'll only take one hair of your mustache. It's the most famous
It
mustache.
took me years to get it.
All right, but I do want to show you guys. Look at right here.
Oh, Ron.
What?
This shirt right here is what we're auctioning off as well. It has cum on it. And that's
Ron, why are you coming on all your shirts for?
What?
Why are you coming on your shirt for, Ron?
I was horny.
It's a pretty valid answer.
It has happened to me.
He gets
before.
more women than anyone still.
Oh,
I
yeah,
definitely
I
believe
know.
that. 100%.
Are you married, Ron?
Not yet, Buster. No, not yet.
Okay. What about this parallel universe? Do you have a wife in a different parallel universe?
Could you possibly have a wife in some parallel universe?
I think that there actually could be the case. They put
Yeah,
you know
yeah, I
when
can
you
see
come
that.
out of an operation and you go into an induced,
I've
whenever you have
never
an
been in too
induced
many of those.
coma,
You can't. You
They do
are
that.
really
You
bringing.
really
Have
go
you been in
through
an
a-
induced coma before?
you really go through an induced. You go through an induced coma.
So maybe that's how
I had an aortic
For what?
dissection. So I mean, who knows? Maybe
I am not in your coma dream. These people are real.
and what Dante
Potentially,
doesn't
I'm not
know
sure.
is in his
Do you guys ever
in
think
his
like
alternate
that?
universe, he actually is
Yes.
gay in his alternate universe.
I do. I honestly sometimes
He-
think
he-
that maybe we are the only one, and like if I shut my eyes, you all go away. You ever think like?
Oh, for
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, that could be possible.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean,
well, where do we
this is
go?
all- this is all
where
a
do we go when we go to
hallucination.
sleep? It's a
Right.
whole other
Well, you
dimension.
You know what? My little brother-in-law is an absolute genius. Like he wins. He's being sought after by every company, and he honestly thinks that maybe we're all just a computer program, and we think that we're real.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
This is
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, when you look at physics and you look at mathematics, there seems to be patterns that reoccur in nature, and there seems to be some sort of code. You know, if there are patterns in nature, that
You know,
implies
when you
that
wake up
the
in the
basis
morning-
of reality is a code.
When you wake up in the morning, which one are you waking up from? Are you waking up from the dream, or you wake up or is the dream?
That's a good one.
Or his dream was actually.
Wow, that's deep, Ron Jeremy.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
deep one, Ron Jeremy. I like
that's
that.
crazy.
That's deep as shit.
Well, it's scary.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Like maybe, and when you come out of it, it's you come out of it. Let's say you're in pain, so you're back in pain. I mean, you come out of it. Well, what if you were out of it already, and now you just came into it?
Wow, that's deep. It's like Inception.
Yeah, that's
How
how I
would you
was,
beat it?
that's
Did
how I was
you go
saying.
to
You
surgeon
never know.
To put you in an induced coma again, or how would you get? What would you do?
Ron, you gotten put into an induced coma? Is that why you keep talking about this?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
happened
yeah.
to you?
He needs to be in front to hear.
Oh, we can't hear him. The mic's facing the wrong way.
Oh, that's weird. There's only one mic. Maybe he put his.
Okay, there you go. We can hear you
All
now.
right, his drink.
Oh, nope, you disappeared again.
Just this one, really. It's spooky, right?
Very.
Yeah, life is strange, isn't it? This is a mystery, Ron. How did we get here? How did we wake up in these bodies?
Well, like you asked me earlier, do I have sex with an alien?
This is all the reproduction organs of an alien.
3 minutes, fellas.
Okay. We got
Okay.
3 more minutes with Ron Jeremy. Okay, Ron. Well, what do you want to? You got anything to say, Ron? Is there anything specific you want to talk about?
What?
Is there any?
No, it's nice talking to you guys. What do you guys do work-wise? What do you guys do work-wise?
I am a YouTuber.
Are you okay?
Do you know what that is?
He's a very
I
famous
make videos
YouTuber.
on the internet.
Yeah,
You heard you're very good at what you do.
yeah.
I'm okay. I travel around. I've lived in India. I'm living in Peru. I've went to Israel. I've hung out in the Middle East for a long
Do
time.
they seem more savvy or less savvy about the computers?
Where at?
When I was traveling on Europe, England, France, I thought they actually were more savvy than us on computer. Cell phones seem to be a little more advanced.
No, I find the youth to be all pretty much aligned at this point. No matter
Yeah,
where
you're
they
right.
are.
It used to be different, but I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all pretty hip to it
Yeah.
now.
Well, thanks to you guys so much.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
great.
thanks, Dante. It was
Yeah.
really nice. It was really nice to finally meet you, Ron. It's my father. It's you left me. You left me 27 years ago.
They're nice photographs. Now, who's the guy on the left?
Hey, my name is Andrew.
No, who's that?
That's me. I'm Dakota. Dakota's my
Oh,
name.
then who's that?
That's Andrew.
Andrew and Dakota.
Who's
And
that?
you.
Yeah.
And that's my father that left me 27 years ago.
Hey, how what city did you just talk to?
Where are you guys again? He's in
I'm
Peru.
from
Where are you, Andy?
Detroit.
I'm in Toronto.
Oh, Toronto.
Yeah, Detroit
Yeah.
and Toronto.
Man, we've had very few Americans today.
Peru too. What do you do?
Thanks, you guys.
Well, I got stuck here, Ron.
Hey, Peru speaks Spanish. Am I correct?
Yes, they speak Spanish.
Yo estudio español por 3 años en la escuela de Nueva York. Habla español un
That
poco.
was un poco también.
Okay. Muchas gracias. Anyway, un poco, what's I want to say?
It's a bad day to be Canadian right now.
Poco.
Give it to us, Ron.
Pequeño. There we go. Okay, good. Wait,
Pequeño,
Spanish.
little.
I'll take you out Spanish style. Are you still on?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, we're
Here
still
you
on.
go. Chalito lindo. Ay, 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 ay. Cantana llore. Okay, right. There you go.
All right.
That was great.
All right.
Thank you so much,
Just
Ron.
gets better.
It was nice
Thanks,
to meet
guys.
you. But just before you go, I want to teach you a word here. There's an indigenous people here called like the Incas. You know, they're the ancestors of the Incas, and their word for vagina is chupi sapa. Chupi sapa in Quechua.
That's like chew your supper.
It's something like that. All right, Ron Jeremy,
Yeah,
thank you so
thank
much
you,
for coming
Ron.
on the podcast with
Thank
us.
you, guys. Thanks.
This is great.
We love you. We salute you, Ron and Dante.
Salute you. Bye, guys.
Okay,
Peace
God
and love.
bless
Be safe.
America.
Yeah, man. Good luck
Yeah,
with
see you
everything.
guys.
If you want
Say-
management, give me a call.
Okay, I will.
But
Peace. Oh, Ron Jeremy, what a lovely
that was. I didn't. Like there was times I'm like, do I ask my stupid question or I didn't know what to do. I was like,
man. Oh,
yeah. Well, so
that was fun.
was I a good co-host? I definitely don't think I was.
Yeah, you were a good
I
host.
asked-
You were a good co-host. I felt like I was a little nervous, so I couldn't shut up. I just kept talking.
It's all good. It was Ron Jeremy. I don't think anyone's gonna blame you for that.
I'm surprised he's never taken drugs. That's an interesting one.
That actually is mind blowing. That he's never.
Yeah, that makes me respect him a little bit actually. But I was a little excited to hear like him talking about having sex on psychedelics or any psychedelic experience. But never.
He said he
never.
smoked pot a couple times in like the 80s.
yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but that makes sense
Oh, wow.
though. Like
My legs asleep.
a lot of drugs would make your dick nut. Like I mean, think about all the times you've been on different types of drugs or even drinking. Like I drink. Yeah, you don't really drink, but I drink. My dick doesn't fucking work when I'm drunk. That guy uses his dick for a living. Like that's his fucking tool.
For a living.
So it's like you need to make sure that it's working 24/7. So I guess it makes sense that he wouldn't be, fooling around with drugs and alcohol too much.
Well, shit, that was a 2-hour podcast that we just
Wow.
did. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to do it again. I like doing a podcast with you. It's probably I've laughed. I always laugh with you more
Well,
than anyone
I
else, so.
appreciate it. And same to you. I always have a good time.
Yeah, so all right, let's wrap this up and then I'll start editing it and bust it out. It'll be up
Awesome.
tomorrow.
Great.
Anything you want to promote or anything that you want people to know about? You can send me the song. I'll play the song and right now if you want. I'll play it.
Yeah, sure. I can
podcast.
definitely send to you. Yeah, I have a new song called "Hold Me." My new project is called Deeprest. It's like a emo R&B kind of.
Post Maloney kind of.
It's a little softer.
Not maybe not similar to him, but like
In the same,
kind of
it's in the same
category.
vein. Yeah, in the same. But yeah, I have a new song coming out next month. I'm not sure the name. I think we're gonna call it "Feeling You," but it's like more of I actually rap in it. That's the first time I'm ever
Nice.
rapping in a song. At least.
So are you gonna take this serious and are you gonna like?
Yeah,
really
I've put already a lot of money into the project. Not that means I'm taking it more serious, but I'm definitely very what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm still thinking about Ron Jeremy. Yeah, I'm very like motivated to do this, and you know, like I'm almost 30, so I really want this to be the you know, I don't want it.
He said 35.
I'm almost 30.
No, Ron Jeremy said
No, he said
35.
you look 35.
I know he did say. I know.
He said you look 35.
I know.
But yeah. So I like, I don't want to be older and be like, wow, I really wish I did this differently with my music. So I'm putting.
Yeah, and I've been telling you forever. Like,
yeah.
just
So
go
I'm
for it,
putting
'cause you
my
can do it.
all.
Thank
you. I'm putting my all into this project. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to a lot. There's like 4 or 5 songs that are finished, and we're just kind of slowly rolling them out throughout the year. But I'm really proud of all of them, and I've been working with like some crazy people. Like you've heard Chris's music, Chris LaRocca. Yeah. So like I've been writing with him a fuck ton, and so I'm really excited.
Yeah, cool. So everybody that made it this far in the podcast, 2 hours, check out Deeprest on Spotify. That is Spotify,
Yeah, it's on
iTunes.
all over. It's all over everywhere. Deeprest. Deeprest.
Well, thank you so much, Andrew Bisante, for being
Thank you,
a guest
Dakota
on my
Wint, for
podcast.
having me.
With Ron
It's
Jeremy.
I always thought my first time on your podcast would just be like its own little solo thing, but I'm glad to be on here with Ron Jeremy. That's so insane.
It's so funny, man. It's so funny. All right, well,
Yeah,
I love you so
you
much.
too.
Yeah.
Also, I can now say that Ron Jeremy is a friend of mine.
Yeah, we know Ron Jeremy now.
I might get laid now. Finally, I might
we
lose
have management
my
from his manager.
Yeah. So what did we learn today? Well, Ron Jeremy maybe fucked an alien, and now we have a manager.
Yeah. God bless Ron Jeremy and his giant.
I wish we never got to ask him. We never got to ask him about his knob, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, yeah. Thank you again, Dakota.
Okay. Yeah. Good to see you. All right, I'm gonna end the
sounds
call.
good.
All right.
Love you. Bye.
See ya. Ciao. Well, there was that. Oh my God, that's probably my favorite podcast so far. Ron Jeremy and Bisante. Oh, my best friend. So thanks for watching. If you made it this far, yeah, I don't know. Fun day today. See you guys around the next podcast. A Place for Humans with me, Dakota. See ya.